I love my morning practice. Like I love it. And I feel in a lot of ways very attached to it. Um, like if I don't do this or this, then I feel like, oh, I didn't do that. So how can I tell whether the voice in my head who sometimes tries to deviate from it is inspired action versus part of my ego trying to hold me back?
Yeah, so the simple answer is based on how it all feels, right? So when it comes to morning practices, a lot of people do a morning practice because they believe I'm supposed to do a morning practice, right? So a lot of people don't put much thought into why they're doing a morning practice in the first place. So the goal of your morning practice should be to feel good. How high can I get on that emotional guidance scale? Right. So different people, they take, oh, I'm going to use Robin Sharma's morning practice, or I'm going to use Tony Robbins' morning practice. And they don't self-reflect in terms of, what's the purpose of their own morning practice and what can it look like for them. So I tell people that everybody's morning practice, A, should be unique to them, and B, doesn't need to be the same thing every day, right? Because if your goal is to get as high as you can in the way you feel on a 0 to 10 scale, today you might wake up and be inspired to go lay at the beach. You might be inspired to make a green juice. You might be inspired to listen to some good dance music. Today, that might be what makes you feel good. Tomorrow, when you wake up, maybe yoga is what's going to make you feel good. Maybe some journaling is what's going to make you feel good. So, what I would suggest from the context of a morning practice is when you wake up in the morning from that place of alignment, tune in and say, okay, what is going to make me happy in this moment? What's going to help uplift my alignment and my vibration, and what can I go do? So it's not so much about sticking to the exact same routine every day, but it is committing to some kind of practice if you know that that practice is going to feel good. A lot of people are shooting themselves in the foot because their morning practice doesn't feel good and it feels like effort, and it's not boosting their vibration in any way because of it.
Ooh, okay, then I have a follow-up to this one.
Okay.
I I've designed my morning practice out of my 2 point out of like the best version of myself, that so like trying to kind of not trying but quantum leaping into like what would she be doing every single day, like what would
Yeah.
she be doing if I had my perfect life already, what would happen every day for me. And so that's what I do in my morning practice. So ooh, this feels like another tension then, like between what makes me happy and how much do I step into
So
that skin.
here's how I would tweak that. Here's how I would fine tune that. And again, this more advanced law of attraction stuff, it is about these little fine tunings that make a big difference. So instead
Yes.
of asking the question, what would she be doing? Ask the question, how would she be feeling? And and what is it that I need to do or can do to tune into that feeling set point?
Oh man, that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, and it's a very minor adjustment, right? But
Yeah.
it's law of attraction. It's all about, and we talked about quantum leaping, last month or a few weeks ago in the collective. We had a 90-minute call on that. It's in the library. When we talked about that quantum leaping process, it was about identifying that future version of you and then you embodying that version of you here and now, right? It's about
Hmm.
taking that version of you and bringing them into your present moment by being that person. And the first and foremost, most important part of that is not doing what they're doing because that's just what they do, but it's literally embodying the state of being of that person, right? That's their vibrational signature. And if you can hold that vibrational signature for yourself for a good enough amount of time, then your physical reality will remold itself and match, the new you that you're being, which is the you that's experiencing what you want to be experiencing.
Ooh, I love that so much.
Yeah, it's
I've
such a
I've
fun process.
I've felt so many big shifts in just like doing what I think she's gonna be doing. Like I'm so excited to just try to feel what she would be feeling.
Yeah, that was probably one of our best calls in the collective to date and one of the most watched calls.
Yeah, amazing.
Awesome. I love your
Um,
questions. Throw another one at me.
okay. Um, All right, this one's a little more specific to something I'm experiencing right now.